So this has to be the smallest MagSafe charger, 3-in-1 charger that I have seen on the market right now. And trust me, I'm always browsing and I'm always talking about tons of them. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is going to be the all new Mous 3-in-1 compact travel charger for your trio of devices. And when I say trio, I'm talking about iPhone, Apple Watch, and your AirPods. So let's go ahead and check this out. Now, I knew this was coming a long time ago. Saw it on Mous's website, placed my order on the Mous website. It shipped it out, and then come to find out that my package out there is just lost in the abyss. I have no idea where it is. It keeps saying it's scheduled for delivery today. Yeah. So anyway, I found it on Amazon and saw that they sold them there. So I went ahead and grabbed it. This is going to be 40 bucks over on Amazon. So let's go ahead and check this bad boy out. And you already know when it comes to Mous, we know they make one of the best cases on the market when it comes to the limitless line. And they have been slowly getting more and more into chargers. So I like to see it. More competition in chargers is always going to be a good thing. So here it is. Now, the first thing that you can see is this thing is small as hell. Now, I'm not even going to lie to you. Now, go ahead and take something like an Apple Card or just your standard credit card. That's basically how big this 3-in-1 charger is. Now, when you're talking about the construction of it, now, I'm not talking about pros and cons already, but the construction feels cheap as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. The construction feels like very cheap plastic-ish material. So basically what it is, you have a little magnet, as you can see right, well, you can't see the magnet, but you can feel it. Right here, you're gonna get your Type-C port. We're gonna talk about that Type-C port in a minute because I definitely feel like that's just in the completely wrong location. But as you flip it open, this is basically what you're greeted with. You're gonna get your phone MagSafe over here on the left. You're gonna get your Apple Watch charger, as you can pop it up right there, and it kind of has a little spring that lets it pop up. So that's a good little feeling right there. And you're gonna get your little pad to charge your AirPod with. And the little flap is gonna be kind of made out of some faux leather. Let's get your nose up in there, if you know what I'm talking about, man, to see if you can. And it kind of smells kind of leatherish. I'm not sure if that's going to be that vegan leather stuff. You know, I don't get down with that vegan leather. But it does have like a little leather strap. And on the back side, basically, you don't get anything, some regulatory information right there. On the front side, nothing there except you get Mous, kind of a matte material. And you see that little leather closure right there. Now, that's going to be kind of it when it comes to the construction. It's going to be able to snap close, and that's it. But let's just go back to how small this thing is, man. Let me get up in this camera. You can put this thing in your pocket, kind of like it's almost like a cell phone or something. You can just pop it in your pocket. That's how small this thing is, man. And I'm here for the size of this. So let's just go ahead and get everything hooked up. Now, the USB Type-C port, this thing right here, in my opinion, is in the wrong spot. Because I don't know, when you see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if it was above, it wouldn't do the sliding or anything like that. So I'm going to say that this Type-C port should be back here or somewhere other than on the side. In my opinion, I just feel like that's just not a good look, as you can see right here. Now, when you do get the packaging, it will come with its own dedicated Type-C to C cable, but I have so many of these things laying around that I don't even use these. I just set these to the side. But when you're looking at the actual charger itself, now, as you see, when it's plugged in, it has an always lit green light that just stays on. No matter if you're charging anything, it just lets you know that there is power going to it. Kind of pointless, in my opinion. I feel like this should only be there when you actually put things on there to charge, but it does start to pulsate when it's charging items. So let's go ahead and put some things up here. Let's go ahead and grab our AirPods. And as you can see, you pop your AirPods down and the little light is still remaining solid, as you can see there. Let's pop this up. Let me put my AirPods back there because it's sliding. Let me take my watch off and let me just fold the band over. And this will work with bands, whether they close or they don't close, however kind of band style you have. Popping the actual watch up there, it is beginning to charge as well. And let's see the nature of that green light. The green light now is starting to pulsate a little bit to let you know there are things charging. And then over here, you kind of got to get it all lined up perfectly. Let's go ahead and pop the phone up there and it begins charging as well. Now, I know a lot of you are already going to say, T, what are the speeds of this charger? Let me go ahead and give this thing another ding. The speeds aren't anything fast charging. So that means the phone is, I think it's rated at only 7.5 watts when it comes to wireless charging. And both of these pads, I'm sure it's only going to be rated at 5 watts. I couldn't really find any information anywhere, but you don't, long story short, you don't get any fast charging when it comes with this charger. So these I like to call nightstand chargers or a travel charger. This isn't going to be made to where you slap your phone, slap your watch, slap your AirPods up there and be able to get a fast charge. If you want that fastest charge, especially when it comes to your Apple devices, you know you got to go ahead and hardwire plug in with that Type-C. But I do want to show you that you see it does work just fine when it comes to charging the trio of items. So this isn't really meant to be a super long review, but this is a review because I really, not really review, but just showing you this because I really like the concept of what they did here, because we're starting to see smaller and smaller objects, because we're starting to realize you don't need a bunch of real estate to kind of charge all three of these. And this little Mous 3-in-1 compact charger is letting you know that right up hand. But I would like to see some things improved on it. For number one, I would like to see a little better construction. This thing does feel cheap. We can kind of pop, well, let's go ahead and talk about it. We can leave it plugged in, but this thing does feel hella cheap. For 40 bucks, 40 seems like it could be a little bit more expensive for what you're actually getting. We all know Mous likes to price their things up on that extra tier point, man. But for 40 bucks, I feel like this should kind of be bumped down to about $29.99. I think that's passable for what you get. Second, I think the Type-C is in the wrong place. I like what you got going on, but I feel like this Type-C should be somewhere right here. It just makes it feel a little bit better, lets it feel a little bit more natural. And when you flip it over on the inside, that light, I feel like this just shouldn't always remain on like it's a steady power supply. This should only be on, I think, when it's charging, if anything. Sometimes you might not even need a light, but I definitely don't feel like this light should be one that is to stay on the entire time when you are talking about this charger. But outside of that, I really like this thing. Now, durability, how long it's going to last, that's something that we will have to test. But this thing is so small, I'm really considering this, using this as my travel charger for the next year and see how it does. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. With as cheap as this thing feels, I might take a backup because I can't afford to be in another country and my technology crashes on me. So I am gonna use it. I do want to see how this does over time. Hell, I may even use it on my nightstand as my nighttime charger. But for 40 bucks, you're gonna get a 3-in-1 charger. Decent build quality, not the best. Has a few little cons here and there, but you need something small, compact, you can throw in your pocket. I mean, even if you want to throw both of these in your pocket, if you want to throw the charger and the cord in your pocket, this isn't going to take up a bunch of space. Of course, you got to, have your own power supply. This does not come with any power supply. You're going to get the charger itself and the Type-C cable itself. 40 bucks. Would like to see it lowered just a little bit. And hopefully, Mous, you see this video. I'm going to send it to you. Oh, I'm going to send it to you because I like what you have going on. And I feel like if you were just able to clean those few things up, this thing would just about be the king of compact travel chargers on the market. So let me know what you think down below. If you've seen this, if you're thinking about like, hell, T, I like the size of that. I'm still picking that bad boy up, man. Let me know in the comment section down below. But if you are into 3-in-1 chargers, I did do a video of the best 3-in-1 chargers. Might be a little bit bigger, have a little bit of surface area to them, but the quality is there. And I'll be sure to pop that video right here.